you took Darryl and I and the rest of our team on a retail safari recently, which was quite an eye opener for us because I think, from a Spike point of view, we often look at it from the technology side. We start in e-commerce, but obviously we go all the way down end to end, right to the end of the journey, which is really important. So, and Darryl, for you, that sort of that physical to online thing with the safari we did, how was that for you in terms of, or what did that tell you that was new?
Yeah, exactly as you say, it's a real eye opener because we focus a lot on the e-commerce space, and it completely refreshing to see Ian's take on the world of how stores are laid out. Some really, really good examples of what works great. So yeah, for me, it was a real eye opener, and we've got a couple of young kids, so it's not often that I actually get to go around stores these days. So yeah, it was very refreshing to get a look around. Most of our online stuff arrives in an Amazon delivery, like a lot of other people these days.
Me
Yeah, and I
too. I
guess
do a
for
lot
me
of
as
that.
well, it was so yeah. For me as well, obviously, Ian, you took me to my favourite cycling shop, so I was I could have probably kept the team there all afternoon, which wouldn't have been a great use of our time. But good to see. I think as well as looking at the stores and how they are great, but it's also that the ones that are really joining it up. So
Yeah,
Rapha was an example that we used there about brilliant store, beautifully laid out, great product that they've got, but actually much more than that with the coffee shop, with the community, with
yeah.
the rides that they do. And I thought that was really interesting about how you kind of do create a great physical experience and try to join up that physical and digital world.
Definitely. I mean, I've been lucky to go to that. I was in their store in New York last week and the one in Berlin the week before. So it was quite interesting because the London one is a global flagship. And I was really interested to see if that the extent of that engagement and the quality of the design and community followed through. And it was great to see that it was. I'm doing a tour around the store in Berlin in a couple of weeks' time, and the store manager completely comes alive and starts talking about the experience. Bring the people in, we'll make some coffees, we'll have a conversation. And you get that sense of the community. I was in the New York store and there were sort of the cliched sort of middle-aged man cyclist and Rapha customer, pretty much yourself in profile, Steve, in that respect. They were coming in their Lycra, sitting there with their helmet still on, drinking and chatting with the staff, and it's a great utilization of a physical space. A lot of brands talk about building community, but when you actually see that community flocking to your space and coming so they can just hang out and talk to the staff, you really get a sense that it's working properly.